Everything we thought we understood about this season just flipped in a few seconds. The promo for episode 7 doesn't just tease drama, it drops a twist that could break friendships, destroy trust, and push one major character past the point of no return. And if you look closely, the signs were there all along. The promo wastes no time, it opens in silence, and that silence feels heavy. There is no music at first, no fast cuts. Just a still moment that feels wrong. We see a familiar location, but something about it feels colder than before. The lighting is darker, the colors are less warm. It almost feels like the show is telling us that safety is gone. Then we see a close shot of a character who normally looks confident and in control. But this time, their face is different. There's fear there. Not small fear, real fear. The kind of fear that comes when someone realizes they have made a mistake they can't fix. The camera doesn't rush, it lingers. That's important. When a promo slows down like this, it means the emotion matters more than action. We see another character enter the frame, and the tension between them is clear. Even before anyone speaks, they don't stand close. There is distance. Physical distance often shows emotional distance, and that feels very clear here. Whatever is about to happen, it's not small. Then we get a short line of dialogue. It sounds simple at first, but the meaning behind it is huge. One character says something that feels like an accusation. Not loud, not screaming, but sharp. Calm anger is always more dangerous than shouting. The other character doesn't answer right away. That pause is powerful. In drama, silence can say more than words. And in this moment, that silence feels like guilt. The music slowly starts to build in the background. It's low and tense. It feels like something is about to explode. We cut quickly to a different scene, flashing lights in the distance. It's not fully clear what's happening, but it looks serious. There might be an emergency. Maybe someone is hurt. Maybe something illegal has happened. The promo doesn't give us full answers, and that's done on purpose. The mystery makes it stronger. We also notice something else. One key character is missing from most of the shots. That absence feels intentional. When a promo avoids showing someone important, it usually means their situation is central to the episode. Either they are the victim, or they are the reason everything is falling apart. As the promo continues, the editing becomes faster. Faces flash on screen. Shock, anger, confusion. No one looks calm. No one looks safe. It feels like the group is breaking from the inside. And right before the screen cuts to black, we see one final look between two characters who used to trust each other completely. That trust is gone. In its place is doubt. This opening is not just dramatic for effect. It feels like a warning. Episode 7 is not just another step in the story. It feels like a turning point. The kind of episode where secrets finally come out and the damage cannot be undone. And if the first few seconds of the promo are any sign, someone is about to pay a very heavy price. The middle part of the promo shifts from quiet tension to open conflict. The calm, heavy silence from the beginning is gone. Now we see movement, sharp camera cuts, and faces filled with emotion. This is where everything starts to crack. Two central characters are standing face to face, and this is not a normal argument. This feels personal, the kind of fight that has been building for weeks. One of them looks tired, almost drained, like they have been carrying a secret alone. The other looks angry, but not just angry, hurt. Hurt anger is always deeper. When someone feels betrayed, their voice shakes in a different way. And in this promo, even in the short clips we get, you can see that pain clearly. The words spoken are short, direct, and sharp. No long speeches, just simple lines that hit hard. There is one moment where a character says something that sounds like a final decision, not a threat, not a warning, a decision. And that changes everything. Because once a decision is made in a show like this, it usually cannot be undone. It tells us that whatever secret has been hiding is no longer safe. It's about to come out into the open. The body language in this scene says even more than the dialogue. One character steps forward, trying to take control. The other doesn't back away this time. Earlier in the season, we saw hesitation, we saw doubt, but here, there is strength. That shift matters. It shows growth, or maybe desperation. Sometimes people become strong only when they have nothing left to lose. Then the promo cuts to a quick shot of someone overhearing part of this confrontation. That detail is easy to miss. But it's important. Secrets are rarely contained in this world. If someone else hears even one sentence, the impact spreads. And that could mean the fallout from this argument will not stay between just two people. It could tear apart the whole group. There's also a small but powerful visual detail. One character removes something symbolic. It could be a ring, a badge, or another object tied to trust or loyalty. The act of removing it is quiet, but it feels huge. It signals a break, a line being crossed. When symbols fall, relationships often follow. The music in this part becomes louder and more dramatic. The beats feel faster, matching the rising emotions. The editing shows quick flashes of different reactions: shock from one character, worry from another, and fear from someone who clearly knows more than they are saying. That fear stands out. It suggests that this confrontation is only the surface of a bigger problem. We also see a quick scene that looks like it takes place later. The same two characters are no longer arguing. Now they are separated. One is alone, staring into space. The other is in a different location, looking just as broken. That distance feels final. It doesn't feel like a simple disagreement that can be fixed with an apology. It feels like a turning point. What makes this section powerful is that it doesn't show physical action as the main focus. The real action is emotional. Trust is collapsing. Bonds are weakening. And the twist we are heading toward is clearly connected to this fight. The confrontation isn't random drama added for effect. It feels like the moment that unlocks the truth. By the end of this section of the promo, one thing is clear. Whatever secret has been hiding is strong enough to break alliances. And if these two characters truly turn against each other, the balance of power in the entire story will shift. Episode 7 is not just about what happened. It's about who chooses a side when the truth finally comes out. The final part of the promo is where everything turns upside down. Up until now, we have seen tension, arguments, and emotional distance. But in these last moments, the show makes it clear that this is not just about hurt feelings or broken trust. This is something bigger, something that changes the direction of the entire season. The twist is shown in a very controlled way. We don't get a full explanation. We get fragments. A shocked expression, a short sentence that sounds like a confession, a reaction shot that feels almost unreal. One character says something that no one expected to hear. It is not shouted. It is said quietly, almost like they are tired of hiding. That calm delivery makes it more powerful. When someone finally stops pretending, the truth hits harder. What makes this twist so strong is that it connects back to earlier episodes. If you think about the small hints from before, strange behavior, unfinished conversations, moments where someone avoided eye contact, they suddenly make sense. The writers have been building this slowly. The clues were always there, but they were hidden inside normal scenes. Now, in episode 7, the mask comes off. The reaction from the other characters is just as important as the reveal itself. One person looks completely frozen, like their world just stopped. Another looks angry, but that anger feels mixed with fear. And someone else looks guilty, which suggests they may have known part of the truth already. That detail opens up new questions. Was this secret shared with someone before? Was there a plan behind it? Or did things spiral out of control? There is also a quick flash of what looks like the aftermath of this twist. It could be an emergency situation or a moment of public exposure. The scene feels chaotic. People are moving fast. Voices are raised. The calm tone from earlier is gone. This tells us that the truth does not stay quiet for long. Once it is out, it spreads quickly and causes damage. One of the most important details is the look on the face of the Main character. Throughout the season, this person has tried to stay strong and steady. But here, that strength breaks. You can see doubt for the first time. Not just doubt about others, doubt about themselves. That is a big shift when a central character starts to question their own choices. The story becomes unpredictable. The twist also changes the power balance. Before this moment, one person clearly had control. They knew more. They moved carefully, but after this reveal, that control seems gone. The power shifts to someone else, maybe someone who was quiet before. That kind of shift often leads to bold moves in future episodes. When control changes hands, new risks are taken. What makes this twist different from others is that it feels permanent. Some surprises in shows are dramatic but temporary. This one feels final. The kind of truth that cannot be taken back. Even if characters try to forgive, the memory of this moment will stay. Trust, once broken at this level, never returns the same way. The final shot of the promo supports this feeling. We see one character standing alone, no music for a second, just silence again, like in the beginning. But this silence feels different. It doesn't feel tense, it feels empty. That emptiness suggests loss. Something important has already been destroyed. This twist doesn't just set up the next episode, it changes how we see everything that came before. It forces us to question who was honest and who was pretending. And most importantly, it makes it clear that from this point forward, no relationship is safe. Episode 7 is not just a chapter in the story. It is the moment where the story transforms into something darker and far more dangerous. After the twist settles in, the real weight of it begins to show. This is not just about one secret coming out. It is about the damage that spreads after the truth is exposed. Episode 7 feels like the point where the season splits into two parts, before the reveal and after the reveal. Nothing will move the same way again. The promo hints that alliances will start to shift very quickly. We see characters standing in different groups than before. People who used to stand side by side are now separated. Even small details like who is sitting next to whom or who avoids eye contact tell us that sides are forming. And when sides form, conflict grows stronger. One character looks ready to take action immediately. Their face shows determination, almost like they have been waiting for this moment. That suggests this twist might not surprise everyone. Maybe someone has been preparing quietly. Maybe someone has been watching and waiting for the right time to step forward. If that is true, then this reveal might be part of a bigger chain of events. There is also a feeling of fear spreading through the group. Not loud fear, but quiet worry. The kind that makes people question every conversation they had before. If one major secret was hidden so well, what else could still be hidden? That doubt alone can break even strong bonds. Once trust is shaken, even innocent actions look suspicious. The promo shows one short scene that feels very important. A character appears to be making a call or sending a message in private. We do not know to whom, we do not know why, but the timing is interesting. It happens right after the twist moment. That suggests the story is not finished yet. The truth that came out may only be the first layer. There could be deeper consequences still waiting. Emotionally, the characters look exhausted. The energy feels drained. When a group goes through something this intense, it leaves marks. Even if they try to move forward, the memory of this episode will stay with them. Some may choose revenge, others may choose distance, and some may try to fix things even if it feels impossible. What makes this episode feel like a turning point is how final everything seems. The promo does not show any light or relief. It does not show laughter or comfort. Every frame carries weight. That tone tells us that the rest of the season may become darker. Stakes may rise, risks may become more dangerous. There is also the question of who benefits from this twist. When chaos happens, someone usually gains something. It may not be obvious yet, but power often shifts quietly. A character who seemed small before may now have influence. A leader may lose authority. the balance inside the story feels unstable. Looking ahead, Episode 7 could push one character toward a breaking point. When people feel cornered, they make bold decisions. That could mean betrayal. It could mean sacrifice. It could even mean someone leaving the story completely. The promo carefully avoids confirming anything, but the tension suggests that a major change is coming. The most powerful part of this section is the silence at the end. After all the fast cuts and emotional reactions, the promo slows again. One character stands alone, looking uncertain about the future. That image feels symbolic. It represents the whole group, unsure, shaken, and no longer united from this point forward. Every action will carry more weight. Every word will matter more. Episode 7 does not just move the story ahead. It redraws the map completely. And if the damage we saw in the promo is only the beginning, then the rest of the season may become more intense than anything we have seen. So far, with the twist now out in the open, the biggest question is not what happened. It's what happens next. Episode 7 feels like the spark, but sparks always lead to fire. And based on what the promo shows, that fire is going to spread fast. The first major outcome will likely be immediate fallout. The character at the center of the twist will not escape consequences, whether they confessed or were exposed. The result is the same. Their position is weaker than ever. We can expect isolation. People who once trusted them may now keep their distance. Conversations will become shorter. Looks will become colder, even if no one says it directly. Judgment will hang in the air, but the deeper impact may hit someone else entirely. Often in stories like this, the person most hurt by a secret is not the one directly involved. It's the one who built their life around that trust. That emotional damage can push someone to make bold decisions. They might choose revenge. They might expose more truths. Or they might make a risky move that shocks everyone. There is also the possibility that this twist is only part of a bigger reveal. The promo gives us quick flashes of chaos that do not fully connect yet. That suggests that more information is coming. Maybe the truth we heard is incomplete. Maybe someone is protecting someone else. If that's the case, Episode 8 could bring an even bigger shock. Another strong prediction is a shift in leadership or control. The power dynamic clearly feels unstable now. When trust breaks, authority weakens. Someone new may step up, especially a character who has been quiet so far. Quiet characters often surprise us when the moment is right, and this feels like that moment. There is also tension that hints at physical danger. The flashing lights and rushed movement in the promo suggests that the emotional conflict may turn into something more serious. When emotions rise this high, mistakes happen. Someone could make a desperate choice, and desperation can lead to real consequences. One bold possibility is that a long-standing relationship may end completely, not just a temporary break, permanent one. The looks exchanged in the final seconds of the promo feel too final to ignore. If that bond is truly broken, the heart of the show changes. The story would no longer be about unity under pressure. It would become about survival after betrayal. There is also the chance of a surprise alliance. When chaos happens, unexpected partnerships form. Two characters who never trusted each other before may now have a common goal. That shift could bring new energy to the story and create tension in fresh ways. Most importantly, Episode 7 sets a darker tone for the rest of the season. The promo does not show healing. It does not show quick forgiveness. It shows damage. And damage takes time to repair if it can be repaired at all. As we move forward, every small action will feel bigger. Every conversation will feel loaded with meaning. And every decision will carry risk. This is the kind of turning point that separates early drama from late season intensity. Whatever comes next, one thing is clear. The story will not return to what it was before. The twist has already changed the direction. Now the only question is how far the fallout will go, and who will still be standing when the storm finally settles. Now that the shock of the twist has landed, we have to think beyond the next episode. Big reveals like this are never just About 1 hour of drama, they reshape the emotional core of the story, and in this case, the damage feels deep enough to affect every remaining episode of the season. The first long-term consequence is trust collapse. Even if the group tries to stay together, something invisible has already broken. Once people realize that someone close to them was hiding the truth, every past moment becomes suspicious. Old conversations will be replayed in their minds, small. Details that once felt harmless will now look like warning signs. That kind of doubt spreads quietly, and it is almost impossible to fully remove. Another long-term effect will be emotional distance. We may start seeing characters who once shared personal moments now keeping things short and formal. The warmth could fade, smiles may look forced, and when warmth disappears, loyalty weakens. This creates space for new conflicts to grow. There is also the question of self-blame. The character who was betrayed might start questioning their own judgment. They may wonder how they missed the signs. That kind of internal conflict can be just as powerful as open anger. It can lead to insecurity. It can lead to risky decisions made out of hurt pride. And sometimes, it pushes someone to become colder than they ever were before. On the other side, the character behind the twist will face their own battle. Even if they had reasons for what they did, they now carry a heavy weight. Guilt can change a person. It can make them defensive. It can make them reckless. Or it can push them toward a desperate attempt to fix things. But fixing something this big will not be easy. Section 6. The long-term consequences no one is ready for. Know that the shock of the twist has landed. We have to think beyond the next episode. Big reveals like this are never just about 1 hour of drama. They reshape the emotional core of the story. And in this case, the damage feels deep enough to affect every remaining episode of the season. The first long-term consequence is trust collapse, even if the group tries to stay together. Something invisible has already broken.